Hi guys. Tonight I'm going to do another video for you. We're going to keep it short about the major arcana of the tarot. Okay, we're going to use the Rider-Waite deck because these are the images most people are familiar with. There are 78 cards in the deck. 22 of them are major arcana cards. The others are called minor arcana. Major arcana translates to the major secrets. So what the major arcana is about, those are cards about fate and destiny, things that the universe puts in your path that needs to be put there. This is less about free will and more about what has to happen. In those cards are typically lessons that have to be learned. They are times of life-altering things and changes and the things that like I said, the universe puts in your path so that things can be shaken up for you and changed around. And typically it's to help you move forward and go on your soul's journey. It's actually called the Fool's Journey because card 0 is the Fool. So in the major arcana, I'm going to give you very brief descriptions about it. I'm putting out an e-course that's going to have very lengthy descriptions and much more details, but this is just for you to get a little bit of an understanding anytime you have a reading, see a reading, anything like that, so that you can become a little bit more familiar with why these cards pop up for you and why you need to pay attention. You should always pay extra close attention to any of the major arcanas that come out in a reading for you. The Fool. The Fool begins the journey by having the excitement to start something fresh. He's off on a new path, a new direction, ready to leap forward. Doesn't exactly know where he's going necessarily, but has a bag packed and he's ready for whatever adventure awaits. I don't know why those were reversed. The Magician. The Magician is the ultimate manifester. He has all the tools in his arsenal to bring in whatever it is that he needs to call in for himself. High Priestess. She understands the 5D better than the 3D. She is super spiritually connected. Her intuition is on fire. She knows exactly how to use her gut all the time. She holds the Akashic records, so she is in touch with her soul's calling more so than any purpose, anything that we do in the 3D realm. She knows how to follow her soul's purpose. The Empress. The Empress is the embodiment of all the 4 queens in the minor arcana. I'll do different videos on each of the 4 suits of the minor arcana. The Empress gives birth to new things, new ideas, new creations. She is very much in her power. She has absolutely everything going for her, has what everybody wants. She is in her element to the highest degree. The Emperor. He rules all the land. He's got everything he could possibly want. Sometimes he rules with an iron fist. Could be, a little bit stricter and, more along traditional lines like that. He is supposed to embody all 4 of the kings. So he is very much in his element, has the power, the money, the resources, everything that he needs. The Hierophant is the card typically of marriage or higher levels of commitment, whatever that means to you. Also a card of tradition and rituals and customs, things like that. Sometimes even arranged marriages, just, things along those lines. The Lovers. The Lovers represent an ultimate union. These are connections from your soul. These are instant recognition of divine counterparts. And sometimes this is about even coming into union with yourself, figuring out your own calling and your own purpose and stuff here. The Chariot. The Chariot waits for no one. The Chariot is on a mission and takes off in a new direction, forward movement, ready to charge in, to change things, bring messages, things like that. Strength. Strength is about having the inner strength to get through everything. It's about taming that lion, turning it into a lamb, and knowing how to use that strength in the appropriate ways. The Hermit. The Hermit goes within, becomes an introvert when the universe says it's time to wake up and to realize your soul calling and to move toward it. So the Hermit is all about the spiritual awakening and the enlightenment that comes. It's looking for that inner light when you feel like it's lost. Wheel of Fortune is a 10. 10s are about change. The Wheel of Fortune is about destiny and time of that things have to change. It's about the wheel turning in your favor. The Wheel of Fortune is generally a positive card in that sense, about moving forward with a decision, with something that is in alignment with you. Justice is about balance, could talk about legal matters. It's just about bringing balance to a situation that was not balanced before, about making sure that you're giving as much as you're getting, and that you're making sure that everybody is taken care of, that everything around you is in harmony and in balance. The Hanged Man is there when the universe tells us it's time to pause. No major decisions get made during this time. This is when you're reflecting on the past, worried about the future, and because you don't know everything necessarily just yet, the universe says not exactly the time. It's a forced limbo to kind of reflect, dwell, take the time to heal before and learn everything about the situation before you move forward. Death is about endings, and it's about the only way to get new beginnings is for something to end. So this is the closing of a cycle. I don't ever read death in the physical sense. No one should ever be reading things like that for you in the cards. None of us can predict a physical death coming or anything like that, and no one ever should attempt to. I don't believe in that kind of energy. Death, like I said, is more about, a spiritual death or something in the physical, just not someone, a relationship ending, a job ending, something like that. But this is to allow the path to be clear for you to move forward. Temperance is the alchemist. It's about bringing clarity to a situation. It's when you're talking to your angels and seeing the signs and following your guides and knowing that where you have to put more effort into something, where you have to pull back from something. It's all about alchemizing a situation. The devil is about is the ultimate toxicity. It is toxicity to the max. It is addictions. It is abuse. It's all of the things that the energies that you don't want around you. It can also, all of the cards will have many meanings. That's why this is just a little bit of a gist. It all has everything to do with the cards that are surrounding that get pulled and things like that. So the devil can also be a very insane attraction. It's almost an inverse type card of the Lovers, where the Lovers is your other half, who is a soul connection. This can also be a soul connection, but one that's meant to teach you lessons. Like I said, it's more about attraction and lust and things like that, and not built on a good foundation. The Tower. When you see the Tower, it's because things have to be shaken up. It doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing, even though the card looks a little harsh. It could be, but it doesn't have to be. The Tower is anything that you were not expecting that gets thrown in your path and forces a big change. It's the universe will put it there. Generally, when you are not listening to the signs and following the signs, the universe forces what we call the Tower moment, because when you don't listen, it's going to shove it in your face so hard that you have no choice. These are those moments. The Star. The Star is about wishing on a star and being unique and healing. And there are so many meanings to how the star is interpreted. But most of it is about healing and taking the time to go within so that you can allow all of the things to come for you that are your biggest wishes. The Moon. You're not seeing everything. What's done in the dark comes to light is, always the catchphrase with this one. These are secrets revealed. This is things you don't know about that are being kept from you. When you see this, proceed with caution, because there is more to a situation than you know about. The Sun. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. The Sun shines on everything and grows everything and has the ability to give you the ultimate happiness. This is joy. This is almost like a childlike joy of reminiscing and enjoying and living in the moment. When you see the Sun, that's a very positive outcome, or whatever situation is happening around you is going to be very favorable. Judgment. It's Judgment Day. The angels and the guides are dishing out the karma. And, we always have to be careful. Judgment comes from above. Judgment, it's you know, what people fail to realize sometimes, you know, when they're, you know, upset or hurt and they go into like a vengeful mode sometimes, it's not our dharma to issue anybody else's karma. It's not. It's up to the universe to do that. Because when you do that, when you think you're giving somebody their karma, you're actually creating more of your own. So there's really no need for it because the universe will always send out, give everybody what they deserve, whether it's good, whether it's bad. Judgment comes after lots of lessons are learned and a decision is made, and judgment is here to dish it all out. It really is what it is. Judgment is here for, see, everybody's kind of sitting with their hands out and waiting, and judgment comes down and says, this is for you, this is not for you, it's for you. It's about getting what you deserve, and not in good and bad ways. It's judgment day. It's here to finalize a decision, to help you get to the end. Because then our last card in the deck, card 21, is the world. And when you see the world in a reading, it means that you have accomplished many, many things. You've gone through many, many lessons. You now have the whole world at your disposal. So whatever it is that is your deepest heart desires, that fulfills you and brings you the whole world, that's when you see this card, it means that you are now ready for it. The universe has said, okay, we see you. You've put the work in. You are at the end. It's the finale, the grand finale that is super exciting, super positive. It's bringing you everything that you could ultimately want and wish for. So I hope this was helpful in just describing at least a little bit of what the major arcana means and why it's so distinct and separate from the other cards, the minor arcana. Like I said, I'll give you other videos on each of the 4 suits, so that it breaks it down a little bit easier to digest rather than all at once. Leave me comments if you have any questions about it, or if you feel like I skipped anything, missed anything, anything like that. Just let me know, and I am happy to clarify for you. Stay tuned for the next videos of this series of understanding the tarot a little better, because then once you understand what the cards themselves are, then we can talk about how they're read together and how you use your intuition and your discernment and what the cards mean for you. Again, I hope it was helpful, and I will see you in our next little educational video.